Hello, everybody, and this is Chaos with Chaos Esports Productions.
And this is your local oak tree dude of the oak trees.
And this is game number 2 of
Hey, don't
FXO's...
laugh, man.
What?
Don't laugh, man.
Don't laugh?
Yeah, don't laugh. I heard you chuckling at my little intro there. Anyway, go on.
Okay, well, regardless. Spawning up in the upper left-hand corner, it is... FXOStrelok.
And spotting him down at the bottom right corner, we have in the blue, LiquidSnute.
So, Killian Wastes. What do we know?
Well,
you know,
first thing I can immediately say about this map is the fact that of the absence of the central watchtowers that are present on the MLG standard tournament maps. This makes me believe that this is more of a ladder game than anything, or it's a really updated map. But without these watchtowers, Terran's not going to have enough information about pushes, especially coming down from the front. Likewise with Zerg. A lot of pro players say they don't really like this too much. Also with the fact that there's lots of area between the expansions and the main base, lots of open area for drops and such. So we definitely have to watch out for that.
yeah, another thing to note is, also on this map, it's actually a fairly easy third to take. You can take down the destructible rocks going from your natural, and then you can immediately take down the rock tower that's right outside your third to make it a pretty well walled off area that it's kind of, you'll see any aggression coming really early. So you don't have to really worry about that kind of stuff.
Right. Well, personally, as a Zerg player, I would like to take the third above, or I guess technically below, the longer route third. Mainly because of the fact that with the Destructible Rocks expansion, you have one entranceway here into it, directly into it, as well as a main entrance towards your expansion. Now, which would you rather have? Just a gigantic choke here leading into both your expansions, or would you rather have two separate areas, here and here? I mean, for me personally, that choice is pretty obvious. I'd rather take the third up top, so that way, whenever major engagement hits, I have this gigantic choke point that I can defend easily.
Okay, well, it's pretty interesting. FXOStrelok chose to go for a relatively early gas and going for a Reaper play. And then also, similarly, we've got Hatch First from LiquidSnute. And
same build as last time. I believe it was 15, 16, 15. Yeah, I was watching. This gas came down at the 15 supply mark. This is pretty typical for Zerg players as a counter to what you see, the early harass that these Terrans sometimes do. Two Zerglings pop out immediately as soon as the Reaper comes out across the map, so that harass is denied with a minimum loss. Good micro by the Zerg player, pulling back those Zerglings.
That once that queen pops out,
yeah,
it's pretty much.
Did he loss of two Zerglings?
No, he didn't lose two Zerglings. He lost one Zergling because the other one is damaged in his mineral line.
Ah, I see.
So yeah,
try to take out the drone. Oh! He saves the drone. Did you see that? Oh man!
Just
makes
missed
the
it.
injured drone like 1 HP left into a spine crawler. Oh, that was some pretty good control right there.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, so kind of a two Reaper expand. So it'll be, looks like he's Strelok's choosing to go to a very similar build that he went last time. He's got his reactor with his factory and going to be pumping out some Hellions here quickly. So yeah, it looks like speed is about halfway done. So once that comes in, it'll be interesting to see who chooses to take map dominance, because obviously Hellions do a lot of damage to Zerglings, but obviously Zerglings with speed, you can sometimes get a really good surround.
Indeed, he's mainly getting the speed just to deny the upcoming reactor Hellion that he's sensing. This is pretty good game sense, but I mean, obviously it's pretty easy to to tell what comes next. You see the factory, or you see the expansion, you know that some kind of harass is coming up. Now the question is, will Snute hit and try to hit before SC2 gets his miss?
Oh, when he goes in and...
Yes, he does try.
Yeah, pretty much
And
gets denied any scouting.
He's forced to retreat, yeah. As 2 Reapers and 4 Hellions decide to start their harass, and Snoot's like, okay, well, I scouted at that at the very least. These 2 creep tumors are going to pop out, finish right after they get there. They see the spine crawler up on the high ground. They're like, okay, well, bad day. Never mind. Don't wait. He's going to check on his 3rd. Or is he? Nope, he's not. SC2's going to wait to check on his 3rd.
Yep, just kind of chilling out.
Meanwhile, behind this, I find this really interesting. Why in the world does he have a Raven in his production? I mean, honestly, that's a very weird play.
Well, I mean, he could just be using it to deny creep. You know. Ooh, and it looks like a handful of lings get into the main just before. Oh wow! And immediately get taken out by a couple couple widow mines.
Yeah, that's not a very good harassment as Zerg player. He killed almost nothing right there. Lost a few Zerglings.
I find it amazing how easy it is for Terran to kind of have a defense at home without really having a defense at home.
Yeah. The Widow Mines definitely make sure of that, as well as the wall off. Oh, we have an armory going up, so yes, the tech path again is confirmed. This is definitely going to be a meching Terran versus a Zerg. And it looks like SC2's going to start pushing out. Yep, there we go, towards the 3rd base, trying to see what scouting information he can get, try to see if he can deny anything or not. He goes back.
So I'm assuming
overseers are going to come around, see if there's any Widow Mines nearby. Nope, there aren't. Unfortunately, none of those units can attack airspace. Overseers are going to be incredibly safe. Meanwhile, Zerg is trying to get a surround on those Hellions.
Oh, he gets 1, gets 2. And he's going to have to back up those Queens, which is not good. Wow. SC2 doing a really great job of harassing.
Now, I find this really interesting. Why doesn't SC2 just push out? If he pushes out now...
Oh, we have a Nidus Worm.
Oh, yes. Nidus. God, I love my Nidus.
When did that go down?
I'm not sure.
And where is it? It's just sitting there? Okay. 2 Queens.
And
2 Queens.
SC2's Viking... SC2 did not spot it. In fact, having a Viking right nearby. 5 Queens pop out, decided to do damage. Zerglings all over the place. You should probably target down those mineral line. And yeah, it looks like SC2's pulling everything back in preparation for this. Creep tumors going down.
Widow Mines are being replaced.
Man, wow, those are a lot of work.
Yeah.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22s thus far for our Zerg player. That is just insane. I don't know how SC2 can come back from this.
And then he just waltzes right back into his Nidus and network, and away he goes. And then we've also got a Ling run by coming in to the natural. My guess is
that's not a wall off, and he doesn't have any Widow Mines. Will Snute notice? Yes, he does. He takes advantage of it. Sneaks Zerglings into the expansion. Oh man, this is not a good day for SC2.
Yeah.
Has a couple of things up that try to distract while the Zerglings try to go and do some damage towards the middle line. He's going to get minimum losses, but still, 26 workers lost for SC2.
Wow.
This is not SC2's good day. And you know, in StarCraft 2, the same thing holds. If in doubt, just attack. And here's SC2 moving out. He must realize, yep, Snute realizes this. He has almost no units. Here's the counterattack, so he starts piling up spine crawlers, but those are very late spine crawlers. They're definitely not going to get finished in time for this push that's almost...
This is a very scary push. I mean, they don't have any upgrades, but at the same time, Snute doesn't have upgrades either. So it's more or less Lings versus Hellbat tank with a handful of queens. I mean, the spine. Wow, and he practically waltzes into the 3rd. Hellbats are on a mission.
So those 5 queens pretty much got taken out immediately. 1 queen goes down. The drone's moving out. Siege tank's getting into position. What are those scans? He really needs to get rid of the feet.
Wow, it's really interesting. He's going to try and save him with the Nidus network, and he manages actually to save quite a bit of those drones. That was actually a really interesting play. I've never seen Nidus network used to save drones like that.
Yeah, well, when you got it out already, you might as well make
And then it looks like he's gonna.
Nidus, he's gonna Nidus those drones over to his third.
Oh, well, his new third.
Well, yeah, his fourth now, I guess.
And so now, at this point, Snute is kind of in a full contain, but he's already made the switch to Muta, so...
As in last game, yeah, so it looks like as soon as these Vikings are going to be taken out, this is all free for the pick. Not a very good position for Strelok. Strelok definitely overextended, didn't prepare for the Muta tech switch here, which is what he should have been doing. I reckon at least 2 or 3 of those tanks going down.
Yeah.
Before they get back.
Well, I mean, I kind of have a hard time believing that, you know, Strelok didn't see this coming. I mean, it's exactly what happened last game. And on top of that, it's like, you know, he knew he was going to be seeing Thors. He knew, you know, all he needed to do was put down maybe an extra star. Where does Starport go? Does he not have a Starport yet? No.
Starport towards the left side.
Oh, okay. So he's one Starport. Like, he could have easily plopped down another Starport. I mean, as far as upgrades go, the Vikings get the same vehicle plating as the
Another Nidus Worm.
Yep, another Nidus Worm into the main. And gosh, I mean, Strelok just doesn't have an answer to this. I mean, yeah, we'll take out the Nidus network, but yeah, that's game. Wow. I'm speechless. I would have expected having, you know, just even knowing that this is a viable option for his opponent to do a tech switch to Muta. I'm really surprised that he used to build an extra starport or even more Widow Mines, because Widow Mines do a really good job against Mutas because they clump up so easily.
I'd say so too.
I mean, I don't know. I just I kind of would have expected
much better execution, much better play
yeah.
than just this.
I mean, don't get me
It's
wrong.
tough.
Strelok's not a bad player at all. Just wow. Okay.
That switch over to Muta just took him 2 games in a row. I mean, we'll see if he actually manages to defend that somehow in the 3rd game.
Yeah. Well, I hope you all enjoyed. When we come back, we're gonna roll into game number 3 and see how this goes.